The city is trying to heal from the tragic shooting of Hadiya Pendleton. She was the 15-year-old honor student, the drum majorette who had performed during the inaugural celebrations in Washington. Hadiya was killed a week later on a playground about a mile north of President Obama's Chicago home. Hadiya's parents, Nathaniel Pendleton and Cleopatra Pendleton, are joining us here from Chicago. First of all, thank you so much for being here. Our condolences, clearly, to you and to your family, to your community. I can't imagine how difficult this has been, but we have seen your strength over the last couple of weeks. We saw you as guest before the president, the State of the Union address. We saw you as part of the visit from the president himself when he was in Chicago. You hear about this young girl's death, McFarlane. How do you make sense of this? What do you do? How did you react?
Well, I was deeply saddened. You know, we've been out and about and talking to, various news media about how awful this feels. And so definitely my heart went out to the family. I actually gave her mother a call yesterday morning.
Can you tell me about that call, what you were able to say to her, to convey during this time?
It was really just extending my condolences and letting her know, however she needs to deal with the pain of losing her child, she should do it without any regard for anyone else. It's all about the relationship you have with your child. And we also talked about just the life of her daughter and just various other private things.
How do they move forward? I mean, the two of you have been really a pillar of strength. We have seen you really throughout the weeks here. What do they need to do, these parents of this young girl?
Take it day by day. There's no real way to get through this. We haven't gotten through this.
No.
We hurt every day. I mean, we miss her every day.
Minute by minute.
So the best advice is just take it day by day. Try to really stay busy.
And make it real for yourself. Very good.
Yeah.
Make it real for yourself because, like I say often throughout the day, this is the rest of my life. When the cameras go off and folks go home, I'm still dealing with the fact that we no longer have a daughter. She's passed. So.
Do you think that the way the two of you have dealt with it, obviously you've gotten a lot of attention, the president has gotten involved, the first lady, but you bring up such a good point. The cameras will leave, and perhaps even lawmakers won't take up that legislation to deal with gun violence. How do you move forward? How do you deal with your loss, recognizing that perhaps this is just a moment?
Well, I'm committed to this at this point. This isn't just a moment. This will not be just a moment. I will not let my daughter vanish. I will stay a part of this as long as necessary until legislation is passed.
What do you hope
Me and Cleopatra will stay a part of this as long as it takes until something is passed.
Did the president, did he give you a commitment? Did he say he was not going to let this go?
The president and first lady are committed to the crime that occurred with Hadiya, as well as all the other children. And unfortunately, the list is growing. And it's to do something. But as far as specifics, at this time, I don't have any specifics.
Can you tell me what you hope will be her legacy? You tell me a little bit about your daughter and what you hope we'll know and take away from knowing you.
Well, Hadiya was very heavily into academics. She definitely enjoyed the extracurricular activities. And in honor of her life and legacy, we will be putting together a foundation for her, in the name of her legacy, to assist children from various aspects of life. We're still working out the particulars on that, but she won't be forgotten.
All right. Well, we thank you so much, both of you, for being here, for joining us, and obviously the strength that you have to bring this to the forefront, your participation with the president and the first lady, and, of course, reaching out to the family of that other young girl who was just murdered in your community. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.